Hey guys, what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys all doing? I hope you're all doing really well and having a really great day. In this video, I want to talk about Ethereum and mainly its ProgPoW implementation. And we all know that it's supposed to be implemented during the Berlin hard fork, okay? So as you guys can see in the EIPs, endorsed EIPs, we can see that 1057 for ProgPoW, a pragmatic proof of work, is in the works. It's in the works to be implemented during Berlin. Now, the Berlin hard fork is supposed to happen in the middle of the year of 2020. So I would say 5 to 6 months from now. Okay, so that's what they say. Now, whether that's going to happen or not, we don't know. But one thing I just wanted to mention, there is an article on ambcrypto.com. I just found out that the Ethereum cat herders were willing to refund the contributors, those that donated towards the fund for the audit. And you guys know there was 2 audits that were recently completed, I guess like a month or 2 ago, on third parties against ProgPoW, and now they're going to be refunding because they've almost, let's see here, I'm going to read this part here. The audit was funded by some of the Ethereum community members via the Gitcoin page, Ethereum Foundation, and Bitfly. Notably, the team managed to raise almost double the number of funds that were needed. The team has now decided to refund the remaining funds that were not used for the audit back to the community. So that's pretty cool. The Ethereum cat herders said I believe they had about 13,000 DAI remaining from the audit funds, and so they want to give that back, refund it back to those that donated. Now, Atlantic Crypto, this is one of the donators, okay? They donated around 10,750 DAI, and they opted out of the refund. As we can see here, Atlantic Crypto, the second largest donor through the Gitcoin page, agreed that we don't refund them, but instead refund the rest of the community contributors who donated for ProgPoW funding. Refund transactions will be sent out in the coming week, followed by a blog. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now, for some of you guys wondering, you know, I think ProgPoW is supposed to be implemented, okay? I haven't really found a discrete answer on ProgPoW being implemented 100%. Okay, so there was one thing here that AMB Crypto said. This aside, the fate of ProgPoW continues to be unclear. Despite the audit results giving a green sign, one of the main concerns surrounding the implementation comes in from the community side, as the Ethereum cat herders is yet to determine which side of the majority is on, whether to implement or not to implement. During the previous Ethereum core devs meeting, Hudson Jameson said, "There has been some community sentiment that they don't want in. For me, personally, it's hard to tell if it's a few loud voices or an actual majority of the community that would find this thing to matter to them. This was already in a blessed state, in my opinion. It's already been implemented mostly." Now, kind of interesting. I want ProgPoW implemented. I want to see how much of the hash rate is taken up by the Ethereum ASICs, such as the Antminer D or Antminer E3s and the InnoSilicon E10s. As you guys know, those are the Bitmain E3 is not that efficient. It's pretty much on par to like a regular 6x RX 570 rig, but the InnoSilicon E10 is actually a lot more efficient. I believe 5 or 6 or 7 times more efficient than a regular 6x RX 570 rig. Now there was a conversation here. So Tim Bako, I believe he's one of the Ethereum devs, he says, "Is this something we want the community to signal through their nodes whether or not they want it?" I feel like we've already voted for ProgPoW. This was back, I think, a year ago, but I don't know if that was through nodes or through the signals of using Ethereum. I believe it was the latter. Do we do a single ProgPoW hard fork? If it raises risk of the network splitting, do we value keeping the network together? Do we not give it special treatment or group it with other EIPs, hoping nodes commit to a full upgrade? Hudson Jameson says, "I say we don't change it unless a high probability of controversial hard fork where people choose." James Hancock says, "Don't treat it differently than any other EIP." Piper Miriam says, I'm willing to implement this in our client if others want. Otherwise, other tasks are higher priority. If miners really want this, I suggest for shifting a portion of the miner rewards towards core protocol development, something also controversial. I'm actually okay with that. I'm actually okay with a dev fee or a portion of the rewards that goes to the Ethereum devs, because as we know, Ethereum devs there's a lot of them right now. I think over 500,000, and I would like to see Ethereum just take off in terms of a technological development and adoption standpoint. So hopefully that'll help. But going on, Greg says, we looked and haven't found technical problems. We've said yes more than once. Hudson Jameson has blessing for sure. Tim Bieko, we can leave it blessed, but there is some distance to go live, as most concerns are non-technical. And as you guys know, it is implemented in the Berlin hard fork, which is supposed to be announced around June or July, I believe. And you guys know recently we just had the Istanbul hard fork just recently, and nothing on the mining side has been implemented, but a lot of the core, the protocol side has been implemented. Now I want to talk about the Murier Glacier, and this one is for the difficulty bomb. Okay, this is just to delay the difficulty bomb. Now, there was a Ethereum core dev meeting that happened on December 13th, and they were talking about in the first 10 to 12 minutes regarding the difficulty bomb, and one of the devs mentioned that it's supposed to go in effect about January 4th. Okay, so they said 4 days after the new year. Okay, now Tim Bieko, I mentioned that it was supposed to happen on January 6th, and I did make a video about this on December 6th, about 2 weeks ago. And so to have a dev mention this on the 13th, that it might happen 4 days, it'll happen 4 days after the new year, is their technical calculation in terms of block times, and the block times are going up, so that's how they calculated it. And it actually has recently gone up in the past couple days as of making this video. So now I want to shift towards, guys, the block times and the difficulty chart of Ethereum. And as you guys know, what I've been talking about before is the ice bomb, the difficulty bomb, where the block times are going up. Thus, for those miners, we're getting less rewards. Okay, so as you guys know, this has happened before. Back in 2017, there was the Byzantium, and you can see that the difficulty bomb was pretty long actually, but that's also due to a lot of miners not going in. But they didn't implement the difficulty bomb delay until, I believe, middle of October. Then Constantinople was the next hard fork where the difficulty bomb was going up as well, but then they delayed it during the Constantinople hard fork. And then we just had Istanbul, but Istanbul didn't have the Murier Glacier difficulty bomb delay implemented. Okay, so this is gonna happen in about, I think, 2 weeks as of making this video. Between January 1st and January 6th is the supposed difficulty bomb delay. So we're gonna see the block times go back to probably, I think, around 13 to 14 seconds. And as of right now, as I'm making this video, it's around 15.53 seconds per block. And then you guys can see that the difficulty of Ethereum right now, it's been going up. It's been gradually going up. And that is also relative to the difficulty bomb and a lot of more miners coming in, all that good stuff. So as you guys can see here, it's just been growing in a slope here. Okay, so I talked about Murier Glacier. It's gonna happen during that time. I just want to mention now, as we're coming down to the pipeline where Ethereum is going to be implementing Ethereum 2.0. As you guys know, Serenity, ETH 2.0 is the pretty much major last fork, the hard fork for Ethereum. And we still have a long way to go. There's still Berlin, there's still London, and maybe some other hard forks. And do I think that proof of stake is going to be implemented in the next year? No. Knowing Ethereum's track record, they always delay. I think that Ethereum implementing ETH 2.0 is gonna be a long time from now. and proof of stake, all that stuff. I think I heard somewhere they're going to be doing maybe a hybrid proof of stake where they have mining and proof of stake together. But, I haven't heard much about that yet. But there's going to be... We're looking ahead to the future, and I'm bullish on Ethereum for sure. There's almost 500,000 to 250,000 developers on Ethereum at the moment. And, to have this many people on, which even in terms of my smartness, I'm not smart enough to code or develop or anything like that. So if there's 500,000 of those guys who are way smarter than I am on the Ethereum network, developing on Ethereum, that has to mean something. So I don't know whether if all 250,000 of those developers are fake in some way, then it's my fault for not doing my research. But there must be some kind of thing that makes Ethereum just super cool. And I know there's a lot of work going on Ethereum, and I'm bullish as heck. So I've been mining as a miner. I've been mining Ethereum, for the past 3 years now, and yeah, it's been a crazy ride for Ethereum for sure, and all that good stuff. So, anyways, my friends, I just wanted to give you guys that news. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.